Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Welcome to another live demo here at our Wurth head office. My name's Maureen,
Jason.
and we're going to be talking about a new tool range that we've brought in exclusively to Wurth called MCube.
Absolutely. Okay, and I think it's very apt for us to just start right at the beginning of the whole MCube concept of things. How the actual whole process came about, and it was basically inspired by our customers.
Yeah.
We went out, we asked the customers what is it that they want from the tools. They gave us feedback and we built the tools accordingly.
Yeah.
So
Obviously tradesmen that use the tools every day.
Absolutely. I think when you've got a scenario where you're working, like you're saying, with the tool all the time, it gets a little bit heavier. You want something a little bit lighter, okay, or a little bit more power. We can offer all of that.
Accessibility, easy to use. Okay,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Great.
So inspired by our customers, made by Wurth.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Totally worth 100%. All right. So I think, Maureen, the best place to start is let's start where the power packs are.
Okay.
Obviously the battery side of things. So what we're going to be doing with this particular range is we're going to be offering two types of batteries. Okay.
Makes sense.
18-volt system. Okay. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to offer a 2 amp hour battery and we're going to offer a 5 amp hour battery.
Okay, so more heavy duty, a little bit of light duty work.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So if we're going to utilize that over there, maybe we're going to give you a lot longer than your actual 2 amp hour battery side of things. The way we'd like to see it is if we took it, we plugged it into the drill and we ran it without any load, 5 hours and 2 hours.
Okay. Very easy.
Perfect. So I think this is really probably the most important part of this new MCube range that we've got. And the reason I'm saying that is because inside this is where everything is controlled.
So this is right?
Absolutely. So what we've got over there is we've opened up one of the batteries for you. So this is currently what we have in the MCube range.
Okay, so this is an old battery.
Absolutely is. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the differences over here. So Maureen, if you have a look over here, firstly, look at the actual connectors.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
They're not
quite
as
sturdy,
secured. Absolutely. Start looking at the CPU or the brain of the actual battery itself. Look at what it was and where we are now.
Size obviously matters.
It does in this case, absolutely. All right, and what's also very, very important is the actual housing of the batteries.
Yes, it's a lot more secure, huh?
Absolutely. The minute you drop that, there's a potential for it to dislodge.
No, definitely.
That's all locked in place.
Okay, so that's a lot better, obviously.
Without a doubt. Okay, so just to talk a little bit more about the actual battery management system side of things. What this does, all right, is this will obviously offer power if the tool requires it.
Yes.
Okay. It will also detect should this tool be under load, okay, or it's starting to overheat.
So a proper management system.
Absolutely. So any of those scenarios happen there, what happens? This will automatically cut the tool out, so it stops any damaging, and obviously gives you a little bit longer in terms of longevity on the tools.
That's awesome.
Okay, so lifespan is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that is basically what we're looking at in terms of the internals of the battery.
So the tool really looks after itself because
It does.
it's going to stop if it's under pressure.
Absolutely. And that's why on the battery side of things we're offering a 2-year warranty as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I see there's a little button on there.
Absolutely.
Is it a
push.
button?
It is a button. Give it a push. Okay.
Oh wow.
So
That's
what
quite
you've
cool.
got over there now, that's basically your power indicator,
Okay,
how
so
much power we've got in the
That
battery.
battery's fully charged?
It absolutely is. Okay. And then you can obviously see the differences in sizes between the two. You've got your 5 amp and you've got your 2 amp hour battery too.
Okay.
Okay.
One thing I'm noting is obviously that and that is quite very similar. Does that
Correct.
mean there's only one charger? Or
One charger, okay, and as we go through the tools, you'll see that all of these batteries fit all of the tools.
Is this it here?
That is the charger.
Oh, pull it back out. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, so just talking about the charger itself, like Maureen has mentioned, one charger is going to charge all of these batteries for you. It is a quick charge battery, so you're going to around about 45 minutes to charge your 5 amp hour battery. Okay, so pretty quick.
That's very quick.
It is very, very quick. All right. What you'll also find with these chargers now, it's not as noisy as they used to be and doesn't generate as much heat either.
Is that it?
Okay, that's basically it. Okay, obviously that's not collected,
Plugged in,
so
yeah.
it's not a Bluetooth, but yeah. So what we do over here, what's nice too, is this will also determine or diagnose the battery for you. So it'll give you a little key on the front of the actual charger itself, and it'll tell you that the battery's charging, or there may even be a fault with the battery.
Okay, yeah, I
Okay.
see there's a little temperature gauge there.
Absolutely. Okay.
Cool.
So that is basically the power behind these tools. So let's show you how they work.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Right, so the first tool that we're going to be having a look at over here is the 18-volt compact.
Oh, that's nice and Tiny.
nice and small. Okay, but don't be fooled by the size.
Okay.
Okay, this little guy will push out 60 Newton meters of torque.
60.
All right? 60. All right.
Wow.
Strongest in its class.
Okay.
Okay. And again, like we're saying, is let's say it's light duty work. I can connect my 2 amp hour battery.
Yes.
Or if I want something a little bit longer,
Heavy
I can
duty.
connect 5 amp hour battery.
Wow.
Okay.
I see there's a little setting here with a number 2 on.
It absolutely is. So what you've got is you've got 2 speed settings.
Fantastic.
Okay. You can see a little bit slower, and we can speed it up as well.
Awesome.
Okay.
Does it have different actions? Like, can you do hammer action?
Not with this one.
Not.
Okay. This little guy over here is perfect for going into the wood, going into your metal
Yes.
side of things.
Okay.
40 mils into wood. All right. 13 mils into steel.
Sure.
Okay. And then what you've got over here is you've got the different torque settings.
Okay.
Okay, so 24 torque settings. This is
That's
ideal,
awesome.
okay, especially if you're using wood screws,
Yes.
particularly the assy side of things.
So you don't like
Absolutely.
overdo things,
Yeah,
which
no,
is generally the
absolutely.
case.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. I mean, this little guy will go right through this piece of wood.
Yeah.
So we can actually set it so that these screws are either flush below
Yeah.
the surface, etc.
Fantastic.
Okay, so a little bit about the tool itself. It's an all metal chuck. Okay,
Okay, cool.
quick release. There's no keys. There's nothing to worry
That's
about
amazing.
from that
Cool, because
aspect
it's
there.
such a hassle to use a key to put your
Absolutely.
drill bits in and things like that.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
What you've also got over here is you'll see that there's a little light, okay, which actually shines onto the work surface.
And if you can't see nicely as well.
Absolutely. So you'll be 100% with that. Just kidding. Okay, so what we've got over here is we've got a forward reverse action as well
Okay.
with this little guy, and you've got a speed adjustable
Trigger.
Okay.
So the harder you pull it, the faster it goes.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay, so where we've got those areas where we're putting in screws and stuff like that, we don't want it to get too out of control.
Yeah.
This
Go
is the
slow.
little guy to go for.
Okay.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What you'll notice with the tool, everything has got these little rubber
Yeah, I
bumpers
saw.
on.
I saw just now on the batteries.
Absolutely. So not there just for show. It does give a nice feel, obviously in those
Yeah.
cold winter months, but also for sticking down where obviously you don't want something to slide off
yeah.
something.
That's very cool.
Maybe it gets dropped slightly. Obviously, it does protect it as
Okay,
well.
let's be honest. We work in a very hands-on environment, and you do knock
Absolutely.
things over. So
Absolutely. All right. So
sorry, I'm just noticing this little Wi-Fi signal there.
okay. So it's not a Wi-Fi.
Oh
okay.
man!
Basically, what this is an RFID reader.
Fantastic.
Okay. So what that means is, should the customer want to keep track of his tools,
Yeah.
okay, he gets an RFID reader,
Okay.
and then basically he will read the serial numbers inside the machine. So he
Okay,
can
cool.
allocate this machine to a particular worker. The same thing goes for the battery. Okay.
Battery's got one as well.
Absolutely. You can track the battery, you can track the tool.
That's amazing.
Okay. So a little bit of an investment from the customer side over there with the RFID reader.
Yeah.
But we'll save him a load of money. So there's no scraping off serial numbers
Yes.
and who was it given to.
Yeah.
Okay.
That obviously will also help if it gets sent for servicing. You can track the service history.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's-
And I think that's so important, because should it happen that maybe a tool is going back a little bit more often,
Yes.
we can monitor it and just see, is there an issue with the tool, or is it maybe just
User. Yeah.
That's all it is. Okay.
Okay.
So what I want to do, I want to show you very quickly just the power of this little guy. So let's stick
So
in one of
that's,
these little fastener
That's
bits.
one of our fastener bits.
Absolutely. So that's a 30 mil, okay, which is nothing for this little machine.
Okay.
All right. So let's just show you very quickly. I'm going to turn it on to the full setting, and we're just going to drill.
That is fast.
That's phenomenal.
Hey.
Ding. Okay. So what we're having a look at over here is we also don't want to go sort of too far down.
Yes.
Also going to go through the table. But again, like we're saying, that's a 30 mil hole, right? This will do up to 40 mils.
Wow. Okay, so
Okay.
that's really powerful, even for a small machine.
It absolutely is. Okay, so that is our compact range. Let's take that battery off over there. Right, then the next one I'm going to move on to, thank you, is our power combi. Okay, this is
Oh,
the
that's
daddy.
obviously.
Okay. This is the big guy. All right, so like you were talking about a little bit earlier on, we were talking about going into concrete
Yes.
masonry. All right, this is the guy to do it
Okay.
with. All right, so yes, you can go into wood up to 100 mils.
Wow, so that's
Okay.
obviously bigger than that one.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Going into your steel 13 mils, concrete you're looking up to 20 mils.
Sure.
Okay, so the biggest difference between this and the one we've just seen now is this is it is more than double the torque, 140 Newton
Wow.
meters.
Okay, so that's really powerful.
Yes, strongest in its class in the
Again,
market.
I would assume if it's on the smaller drill, it would be on the bigger drill. You can have your torque settings.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So we've got the torque settings on the top over here, but then you've also got your hammer actions, etc., which is actually very pleasant to use because you just
just a
literally
clip.
switch between them. Okay, so it is quite tight, which is good because you don't want it jumping around.
Yeah.
Normal drill, you've got your screw mode as well. Okay, slot it in,
Okay.
and then also going into your hammer
Hammer
action.
action. Okay.
Okay.
So you can put a little bit of a chisel action in there.
Absolutely. Touching on some of the similar features, you've obviously got your LED light at the
Yes.
bottom, okay, and then obviously your indicators for your batteries,
Perfect.
etc. But this is crazy powerful. Okay, now see, you've just touched on that handle there. You know, like the old saying goes, it could twist you into a crook, sister. So just
Yeah,
be
that's
careful.
why you want to. You don't want to hold it just with one hand. Obviously.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, if you go drilling into something with 100 mils into wood, there's a potential for it
Yeah,
to snag.
snag.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes, this is a brilliant tool to have around. Okay.
Okay, so it's obviously a really good safety feature to have the dual handles to hold on to.
Absolutely. So you heard that little one. I'm just going to give this one a.
Wow.
You can actually hear, obviously, the power in that motor.
Yeah, the different
Okay.
settings.
Absolutely.
Another question. I see here it says brushless, so all the machines are brushless.
They absolutely are. So brushless, I'm not sure if you know what it basically means, is we've done away with brushes.
Yes.
So obviously it cuts away a lot of the maintenance.
Maintenance, yeah.
Yeah.
It saves a lot of money on that.
It
as
does,
well.
absolutely.
Okay.
All right. What's nice with these particular tools too is everything inside is modular.
Yes.
So what does it mean? I can open it, I can change the trigger if that's what I need to do.
So you
sort
don't
of
actually
will
have
speed
to
up
replace
time.
the whole machine every time something goes.
Not at all, not at all. I can basically replace a trigger, it's quick, and off you go.
Fantastic.
Okay. The chuck, also all metal chuck, but
That's
what's
good.
very, very important, and what you're also going to find on the little compact that we had, is it's got carbide tips.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely. So the carbide tip just allows it to bite
Bite
onto
better,
the
yeah.
drill bits.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no slippage or anything of the sort.
Okay.
All right. Doesn't wear down as quickly as obviously your steel tips
Yes.
might.
It's a lot stronger.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that guy is really, if I had to make a choice, this would
This
be
is the
mine.
one, okay.
Absolutely, size again, you know, that normal scenario. Right, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I just want to tidy up here just very, very quickly, because I've got a nice little demonstration on the next tool, which I'd like to just show everybody who's out there viewing us. Right.
I also maybe just to mention, there is a live chat. So if you guys do have any questions, you can pop them on the comments, and two of our experts behind the scenes gents will be answering your questions. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so what are we having a look at now? Now we're looking at our hammer
Yo,
drill.
this
okay?
looks
This is brilliant.
this looks cool.
Okay. So what we have here is we've got a normal function to drill,
Okay.
we've got a hammer action, and we've also got the chisel action. Okay.
Oh, there. Okay.
That's it. All right.
Perfect.
So to show you very quickly how that all works, very, very simple to operate. Okay, you've got the little button, puts it into drill mode.
I see there's a little. You have to press that in, so that's quite it's a safety feature.
It's basically a feature there to stop the tool damaging itself.
Okay.
Okay, so you can't engage it once it's working. You've got to push the button
Button in.
There we've got our drill hammer.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can move into the chisel
Chisel.
action side of things. But you know what is so awesome with this, all right, is let's say I've got a chisel, all right, now let's say I want to run the chisel parallel to the surface I'm working
Yeah.
on. Sometimes we've got to manipulate it.
Yes.
What you do is you put it into slot between the two, obviously your normal hammer and your
Yeah.
normal chisel, and you can actually rotate
No
the
ways.
chuck.
That is fantastic.
Brilliant, brilliant idea. Okay, so that slots into place. Then obviously you've got the hammer behind it, I mean the handle, sorry, which obviously allows you to get into those areas. Also, don't be fooled, a lot of power behind the
Yes.
machine, okay?
Well, if it's anything to go by, I'm sure it's quite
Absolutely.
powerful.
What's nice with this too, forward reverse action.
Okay, perfect.
And what you're going to notice here are these little ribs on the
Yes,
handle.
I did see that, and it's quite soft there. So that's
Absolutely.
obviously for impact reduction.
That's exactly what it's for.
Cool.
Exactly what it's for. So, I'm not going to speak, I'm going to let the tool do it for us. I'm going to put in the 5 amp hour battery that we've got, okay? And I'm going to get a concrete block here. Let's have a look here. Right, Maureen, you know what I'm going to do? You're going to do this. Put the tool down. That's it.
Okay, let me put my glasses on first. Safety first.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't even need to hold it, you can lie it on the battery and just drill away, drill straight into that.
There we go. Let's just move it like that so everybody can see. Okay, so just like that.
That's it. Stop. Okay, now what's nice with that is we've got a reverse motion too. So click it into, there we go. And just push it forward.
Quite easy.
Absolutely, go all the way through. Let's show them what it's.
Any effort.
Absolutely.
I mean, and there wasn't that like quite strong force that you normally get with a hammer drill.
Exactly.
So that is
and
amazing.
I think this is where it's so important, you know. And I mean, yes, we like to sell tools, we like to sell the drills, but it's so important to allow this tool to do the job.
What it's meant to do, yeah.
Okay. You know, instead of us forcing it, you know, then we start damaging the machine itself, and it works a lot better if we don't force it. But okay, like everybody, it gets better. Okay, so what you'll see over here is dirt. Nobody likes dirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's demonstrate something. We've got a nice piece of kit which goes onto the top of that. Let's just give ourselves a nice clean surface to work with. And we're going to use the same block.
Okay.
But what we have here is the dust extractor. Okay, so what the dust extractor does is literally fits onto the front of this tool. Right?
Cool.
And you'll hear it now. It's got a little vacuum on the inside.
No.
So as you're drilling, and it's got to be seen, all right? And what's nice with this is it works off the battery power from the actual drill.
Okay.
So you can see it's got the little contacts over here, slots into place.
Oh, so it just goes in there. I was wondering what that was about.
Yeah, it's awesome. So let's pop it in there for you. Too many hands.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is actually the extraction now.
Okay.
So it's literally sucking through. So you can see the surface now. We've got rid of the dust.
Yes.
Let's drill another hole into that. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, before we drill, I see there's some measurements on here. What is this?
Giving you the depth, going into
how
walls.
deep you're drilling.
Absolutely, especially when you start using obviously your anchors and those type of things. It's ideal.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So let me just move this chair so I'm not standing all the way over there. Okay.
Right, let me hold that.
Got it. Okay, so we're in the right way.
Just flick it over there.
That way, there
That's
we go.
it. Get a close-up of that, but
No ways. That is amazing, and I mean that's the worst thing in the world is when you're drilling a lot of holes and there's just dust everywhere.
Absolutely. You know, particularly now if you're going into maybe a building where you don't have access to electricity and stuff, this is where the system is absolutely brilliant.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
So that's our hammer drill, a brilliant piece of kit. Okay, I think what's important too on that one over there is the actual bits that we're using, the STSs. Really, really stunning drill bits. Okay, let's get the grinder that we've got over there. Let's just change a few things around here.
I must say, like, I really love how easy our tools are to use because, I mean, you don't need a lot of technicality behind you. As long as you understand what the features of the tool is and what they need to be used for,
absolutely,
I could use it.
The biggest thing for us, okay, and obviously this is a message that we try to get across to the customers. The tools are easy to use, but they are dangerous.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously safety comes first.
Yeah.
That's obviously reasons why we're wearing gloves, the glasses, etc. But yeah, awesome tools. Okay, so what we've got here now.
Okay, so I see we've got some very, very shiny, blingy things.
Absolutely.
And obviously just the flapper disc that we also sell.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is when we talk about this machine, We'll do a quick demonstration with the flapper disc as well.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about this little guy.
Yes, I
A
see there's some
brilliant
smaller
piece
ones
of
here
kit.
as well.
Absolutely, various sizes.
Okay.
So let's get into the tool itself. Okay. What we've got here is the 18-volt grinder.
Yes.
Okay. We'll start right from the front. Okay. You've got the little switch over here, and you can actually move your guard.
That's cool because normally you need that key to,
Absolutely. A key
or a spanner or a screwdriver or something
Absolutely.
to loosen it.
And this makes it just so much easier.
Okay.
Okay. Switching over to the actual loading point itself too, you don't need a tool.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see over there, you basically lift up, screw it off. You can see I've actually locked everything in place with a little
that's
button on
awesome.
the top.
Okay, so it doesn't keep spinning on its
Exactly.
own.
So what we're going to do is let's apply that flapper, just to show you the ease of it. Screw it on, then obviously the important thing, just flip
Flipping it down. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so a couple of other little features with this particular tool is the dead man switch.
Yeah, because you can't push that down.
Absolutely, you can't push it down.
Okay.
You've got to initiate it
Switch
with
it
that
over.
little red switch.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
it. The nice thing with the dead man switch, okay, is the minute I release it, the
It
tool
switches
stops. Okay, obviously that's where the name comes from, but
Yeah.
we needn't go there. Okay, what we've got over here too is obviously the handle. Again, you can see the big ridges there,
Yes.
also for the vibration.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So yeah, that's obviously to make sure your arm doesn't get tired when you're working.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need to use the tool for an hour or whatever the case is, and it does get quite strenuous.
Absolutely. You know, there's this thing going around the white knuckle side of things, which comes from a lot of vibration.
Yes.
Okay. And this is where we try to get away from it.
Okay.
What's nice with this though is you've got 3 mounting points
Yes.
for your handle.
Okay, so if you need to press down,
Absolutely.
left-handed, right-handed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What we've got on the bottom over here too is just to show you, I don't know if I'm going to get it off. My nails are a bit short. Okay, basically now what happens, we're working with a tool.
Yeah.
It's a little air vent, so it blocks any big
Dust.
pieces getting into the motor
I was
itself.
going to say it looks like a little filter.
Absolutely. Okay, so obviously, yes, important, just blow it out every now and then. It just stops that tool from getting a little
Heating
bit
up.
overheated. Slot that back into place as such. There we go. Right, so I think enough
That's
said.
it, yeah.
Let's show you what the tool can do. Again, I'm going to use the 5 amp hour battery.
Okay.
Naturally, with a grinder, takes a lot of load. Okay, so your 2 amp is probably not the right route to go,
Yeah.
but definitely 5 amp.
And this is a 125 grinder.
Correct,
So-
but you can still utilize it with a
115.
115.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do here very quickly is I also want to demonstrate to you the features that we're talking about with the battery management system.
Okay.
Okay, so where the tool feels, hang on a second, you're putting too much pressure, I'm getting too hot,
Yes.
all right, it'll cut itself down.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you with these flapper discs, obviously how phenomenal they are. Alright, what you'll notice on this, okay,
Oh, it's
it's
a
got a
quick
brake
stop.
to it as
Okay.
well. Okay,
Yeah, it doesn't keep going.
absolutely. So obviously what we want to do here, make sure our guard is in the right place, okay,
Let me
which we're
stand
happy
out the
with.
way.
I love these flapper discs. Absolutely brilliant. Okay,
It's
gives you such
really
a nice
cool.
finish.
It's
Okay.
beautiful because like this is quite a bit rusted and
Absolutely.
worn
I mean, it just
piece of
takes out your
metal.
seams and all of
Yeah.
those things. But what we're having a look at over here, okay, is just to show you that there's no unnecessary pressure on this tool, and it's still doing the work.
Yes.
We're allowing this disc to do
To
what
do
it
the
needs
work,
to do.
yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to show you
Can we
here.
overwork it just to see how
You
things
absolutely
are?
can. All right. So I'm hoping that everybody who's watching is going to be able to see the LED light on the top. Okay. So you can see what's happened now is I've used excessive force.
Yeah.
And it's now said, hang on,
Whoa.
enough, right? You're going to damage me. And it stopped. So I don't need to do anything other than just carry on working the guy.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Brilliant, brilliant concept. And obviously with these tools over here, you don't want them to overheat.
Yeah. I think the biggest problem most people find with grinders is people think they need to use their own power to get the metal cut and they don't let the machine do the work, and that's why so many machines break all the time.
Absolutely.
So this is amazing because I mean you're going to stop that from happening all the time.
Without a doubt. A really, really nice
That's
piece
very,
of
very
kit.
cool.
Okay. So one other accessory that I just want to highlight on, and I'll show you where the benefit comes in. Obviously,
Okay.
we've got the battery here, which
Yes.
is now slanted.
Yes.
Normally they're
Straight,
quite straight.
yeah.
So it doesn't really allow you to get down to the surface.
Yes.
Okay. So with this particular item, if I want to go through concrete, masonry, anything of the sort, marble, granite,
Okay.
I want to sink a plug into a
Yes.
countertop, these are the little guys you're going to use.
Okay.
No water, okay, it's a dry cut.
No. Normally you need water with any type of stone cutting.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, they do make a mess, okay, so I'm not going to demonstrate it to you, but I'll just show you the principle behind
Jay,
it.
you really used excessive force.
There we go.
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, that definitely is a fantastic feature on that tool.
Absolutely. Okay, so there we go.
Done.
It's as simple as that.
No
all right.
worries.
So the process behind this one, and again, as I said, I don't want to demonstrate it because we'll be in a cloud of dust, but how the process works with these particular cutting discs is you'll start at an angle.
Okay.
And as you're cutting, so you'll slowly get level with the surface and you'll
then
go
go
down,
down.
sink
Okay.
a perfect hole. Okay. And they come in varying sizes.
Yeah, I see there's a really small one. So
Absolutely. So
you
if
can-
there's wires or water,
Yeah,
water
pipes
pipes
or
you want to
anything
run
like
to,
that.
it's perfect. Perfect.
sure, that's like really nice if you're putting like those water filters on your taps and you're running the water pipe
Exactly.
down into your under sink area.
Absolutely.
You can use one of those quite
Absolutely.
nicely.
And I mean, those countertop plugs are brilliant.
Yes.
So I managed to sink one of those and it was such a pleasure. Had nightmares on how I was going to do it. Okay, so yes, that's the grinder side of things. I don't think there's much more to say about this
No.
one. So
It speaks for itself.
absolutely. So what we'll do, let's take that battery out. And then the last tool in the range, which is the caulking gun.
Now this is quite interesting because
Okay.
I mean, who wants to stand
Absolutely.
and get sore arms
Absolutely.
from caulking silicone?
Exactly.
Or
Nobody
sealer.
wants arms like mine. So, So basically what we've got here, where we're doing excessive amounts of silicone, it could be on buildings, it could be in panel shops, it could be wherever.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the tool to have. All right. It'll take a 600mm sausage.
Okay, yeah, because I see it's quite big.
Absolutely. It'll take a 310mm cartridge.
Cartridge, okay.
And the simple thing is, just on the inside, there's two little adapters.
Okay.
One is for the
Just swapped it out.
sausage, one is for the cartridge.
And obviously, if it takes a 600mm sausage, it will take a 400mm sausage. as well.
Absolutely will do. Okay. And what's
So you're
nice?
covered.
Yeah, you're pretty much done. Batteries are all interchangeable. Okay. What you will find here is you've actually got a setting which allows you to apply the sealer at your rate.
No ways.
Okay. So if you don't want it to come out too
Too
quickly,
fast, yeah,
or
exactly.
it's a Friday afternoon, you want to get the job done quicker.
Quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Obviously, if you're caulking with a normal or manual gun, depending on how far back you cut the nozzle, all of a sudden you've got too much silicone.
Absolutely.
Then you're trying to wipe it up with your finger. It's a mess.
Absolutely.
So this is amazing.
It's brilliant.
Really.
It's really, really good. And talking about that, sometimes what happens is when you're using those caulking guns is you don't allow sort of to reset itself, so you get an outpour of the
Always.
actual silicone. This gun will sort that out for you as well. So
No.
just to show you quickly, I'm going to let it go.
Okay.
Let's speed it up a bit. It's on a really slow speed.
Okay.
So let's speed that up. Okay.
Oh, that's
And now
quite
what
fast.
happens is when I release the trigger, listen to this.
It pulls back.
It pulls back.
Okay.
So where you've got that little bit of overrun
Yes.
coming out of your tube, it pulls back.
So
and
you're
it
not
stops
wasting.
that.
I mean,
Absolutely.
imagine if everybody could just save that little bit over a
Absolutely.
week, over a month. I mean, it's a lot of money you're
Absolutely,
saving.
it all mounts up.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I can't say it enough. With all of the tools we've demonstrated today, is we've got one charger, we've got one battery. Okay, so it's a workshop in one.
Yes.
Okay, there's no guessing
So-
which battery, which charger.
It's very easy. I mean, this is like no-brainer for me because you're not sitting there trying to calculate what's the best option for me to buy. You can take the tools that you need, and you obviously can buy the batteries that you need and
Absolutely.
the amount of chargers that you need.
Absolutely.
So I think this is really such an awesome package for customers because you make it to what you need.
See, and that was what the MCube was about.
Yeah.
Is we wanted the customer to decide, well, if I want a grinder, I want a drill, and I want a caulking gun, but I only want 2 batteries and a charger.
They can
That's how
take
you're
that.
going to get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, so obviously the tools are awesome, the batteries, the chargers. How does the customer buy the product? If he decides, he wants some tools, he wants a few batteries and a charger, can he buy it just like that? Does he buy the case? Is there a case that it comes with?
Absolutely is. Okay, so and again, this is where we try to make the whole system so adaptable to the customer.
Okay.
Sometimes a customer's got their own storage systems, all right? So
Yeah.
maybe he just wants to buy the tool, it'll come in a normal cardboard
Yeah.
box. All right, but let's say now he wants to have something that's going to protect the tools, okay?
Okay.
We've got a system box.
Okay.
Now I need to just grab one here. Okay, so,
Let me grab that.
thank you. All right, so what you have here, this is what we call the Cisco box, or the system boxes that we have. Alright, so what you can see in the inside is that is your box. Alright, now obviously we don't want to have a scenario where we just put it in the box, it's still moving around, making a noise that can get damaged.
Okay.
Okay, so what I've done is I've actually pre-packed one,
Okay.
so the customers can have a look at it. Exactly what we're talking about. Let's take that guy out of the way. Are you ready for this? Okay.
Look how neat! Okay, that's cool, and that's obviously for the
This is
first
the
drill that we
compact.
saw, the compact
Yes,
drill,
absolutely.
with your battery, 2 batteries, your drill, your charger.
Absolutely.
You obviously have the casing for the combi and then for the hammer drill
Absolutely.
and for the grinder.
Each of them has got their own little housing. Apart from the caulking gun, it's a little
Yes.
bit big, okay, a
Yes.
little bit cumbersome, so we can't have a casing for it.
Okay.
All right. But yes, all of the other tools have got their own inserts. So
Okay.
it's not a case of, well, we're chucking it in just to make it fit. They fit perfectly.
All right.
Okay.
I did see something really cool lying here,
Yes.
and I just want to ask, does this come with it, or can we
Right.
get it with it?
The customer can absolutely buy it. Again, it's just another option. Okay. Maybe the customer says, well, I want all my tools in one place.
Yes.
Right, now what we can start doing is we can start loading the bag for the customer
Okay.
too.
Let me just do that so
really
we can see
not
what's in
massively
there.
expensive either.
Okay, so there's obviously these little pouches so they can carry all the batteries, the charger, the tools can lie inside there. You have all the space on the side as well, the little pouches on the side.
Have a look at the base.
I
Okay, 'cause
heard.
it's all about the base. Okay, so what we're having a look at there is we've got a nice plastic base to protect those tools. Okay, so
Yes.
it's not a soft bottom where maybe he's putting something down.
Down, yeah.
It's going to get damaged. Okay.
Look, my personal preference, I would go for something like this. Because you kind of like want everything in one space.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, the cases lock into each other,
They
so you can have a
absolutely
really
do.
nice and neat setup in a van.
That's it.
That is
You know what?
amazing.
You know what I do like about the system. Okay, you like that. I like the system box.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because at a quick glance, you can see. But hold on, I'm missing a battery.
Yes.
I need to check.
No.
Okay, so, but they've all got their benefits.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's nice is the customer can choose.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we were hoping to get out of the whole concept.
Amazing. Well, this has really, really been so informative, Jay. I mean, I've learned a lot about the tools. Obviously, we've carried a power tool range in the past.
We have.
This is on another level.
It's
Let's just
absolutely
be
on
honest
another
about
level.
that.
Yes.
The interchangeable batteries. That's the worst thing is when you're buying a tool and it comes with a pair of batteries, but you can't use those batteries on the next tool that you're buying.
Absolutely.
You know, what if one breaks? Now you can't use that tool because the batteries don't fit, and it's just a nightmare. So
It is absolutely. And you know what's so nice, Maureen, is we've got a lot of tools coming into the range in the coming months.
yes.
And all of those tools use the same batteries, same chargers, and we're going to develop it.
So like I heard something about a vacuum cleaner.
There is absolutely a vacuum cleaner. It is something that I think we're going to need to maybe just do another one of these live streams.
Definitely.
Okay?
I want to see that.
Because that is brilliant. And you know what it works on? It works on
No.
a battery.
The batteries.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fantastic.
So brilliant, and I had some good news as well.
Okay.
It will be available in the next week.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
we'll
That's
be getting
awesome.
it out into the market.
That's awesome. I did see, before we finish off, I did see a chuck lying here.
Yes.
So obviously one of the drills has an interchangeable chuck, and I'm assuming it's the hammer drill,
Yes.
because I did see there's a little arrow on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it just clicks off.
Click straight off. You can put in just your standard drill bits, and you can work away with that as well.
That is awesome.
Okay. Well
Cool.
spotted.
Yeah, no, I don't miss a thing.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Great.
Jay, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Hopefully our viewers have learned some things. I definitely learned a few things, and yeah, from just an all-round aspect, I think these tools are going to make the lives of our customers so much easier.
Without a doubt.
You know, I know on the website there's a configurator, so the customer can just go, as he's checking out, he can add what he needs, what he wants, and what's going to be useful for him, and they would receive it obviously from us in that bundle.
Absolutely, Maureen. You know, I think another nice thing, you know, sometimes we're always hesitant about buying something before we've tried it.
Yes.
Okay. So what we've done is we've equipped the CSEs, our
awesome.
salespeople,
Yes.
with sample tools.
Yeah.
They can physically go to the customer, so please phone your rep and ask them, listen, I want to try these tools.
Yeah.
Another good thing, the shops, okay?
Yes.
If the customers are near the shops, we've got demo tables where they
Yes.
can actually try the tools.
So yeah, a lot of the shops do have the demo station set up, so we've actually got wood and metal that the customers can drill into, use the grinder on, just to get a feel of the tools. But if you are looking to buy, if you are in the market, contact your customer service consultant, go to your nearest shop. The tools are there if you want to try them out. If you're convinced, like I am today, I would put my money right down on this table for you. You know, you can go onto our website, www.wurth.co.za, look for the MCube range, and you can use the configurator to check out your products. Okay.
Stunning.
Awesome.
Thanks for your time.
We will send out another notification as soon as we're ready for another live demo, but I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. You've taught me quite a bit, and
thank you, Maureen.
enjoyed.
Awesome. Great stuff.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
See you soon.
Cheers.